Yo, Waki here. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I appreciate you a lot. Even if you click off after like 5 seconds of watching, hey, the fact that at some point this looked like an interesting video is enough for me, honestly. I feel like you gotta have at least some positive approach in most situations, but speaking of approaching situations, this whole video revolves around one of my biggest hurdles, and yeah, if you haven't figured it out already, it's gotta be talking. One of the hardest things to do for me, like if this were a competition, just saying my name and introducing myself would be by far the biggest hurdle, and I still don't know if I'm able to get over it. So to start off, anxiety. I'm sure you can feel it radiating through the screen. I'm not really good at hiding it. I don't know why that is. Let's use something as an example, right? A presentation, I'm great on one-on-one. Drop a topic I'm genuinely interested in, I can share, but the second the dynamic goes from like one-on-one to a group, I just freeze up. Like mentally, I prepare myself because I've been speaking to crowds for a long time. Like I know it's coming. I know I'm gonna freeze up, but it still happens, and I've been trying to fix it. It's one of the reasons I hate public speaking, which is ironic because public speaking is one of the things I want to do the most, I want to be able to just talk with my mind, I want to engage in a convo, just sit down with a group of people you've never met before and just talk. Like, it's that simple. The ability to just go up to some random stranger is a skill I've wanted for longer than I can remember, right? Like, I'm always the loudest one when everyone else is quiet, if that makes sense. To give you an example, I'm using a personal example, right? So, bam, I'm antisocial as fuck, right? Like, whenever I'm out, I have to, like, pretend to be extroverted. Like, I'll usually be the first one to start a convo and the first one to say something because deep down, I know myself, like, if I'm not the first one to talk, we're never having a conversation, right? Like, if I don't actively make myself the talkative social one, I'll literally, like, not shut down, but I just can't talk for shit when there's more than, like, 3 people listening that I don't know at least somewhat decently. Like even people you would like never imagine me talking to, I can just go up to them and start a conversation. Like, some of my closest friends are introverts. Like, as an introverted person myself, some of my strongest connections and people are just like me. Like, the only difference is that I was the one who decided to talk first. My most closest relationships and closest friends, if I wasn't the one to be like, hey, I'm Waki, you seem pretty cool, whatever, like, I like your shoes. Like, if I wasn't the one to start that, the conversation would have never happened. And, it's not about the actual convo itself. Like, I don't give a fuck about the shouted backboards. I don't care what shoes you got on, but just something that simple, just start the conversation, just bring life into it. If it wasn't for that, I would have never talked to them. I try to force myself to talk to people, even though most of the time, like work, school, whatever, the second I get home, my phone's on D&D, I'm doing my own thing, and you can't reach me, right? But I force myself to be social to people, and I think that's the reason I'm not like most of the people I see today, right? I don't think it's crazy to say a lot of people nowadays are lonely, right? A lot of people are socially awkward. A lot of people, don't like being alone, which no one likes being alone. Like, it sucks, but it's better than going up to somebody and starting a convo, right? Like, how do people just go up to somebody, start a convo, and get to know them? And back when I was at my most introverted, yeah, I felt that heavy. It's not that I didn't want to be able to, know somebody. I wanted that more than anything, to be able to just go up to somebody. A lot of the times I was like, hey, that person over there, they look cool. I'm sure me and them have a lot of the, same interests, but I'd never do it. Like, no matter how much me and the person might have had in common, we could have clicked on the first convo, first interaction, whatever, but just the act of me going up to them and introducing myself, that was hard, like, genuinely. It was like putting 2 magnets of the same pole together. My body just physically and mentally just couldn't get past it. And I felt like once I got over that, and again, I'm not technically over it, right? Like, I am still like kind of pretending to be that extroverted person that, can start a convo. But I'm saying, if you want to talk to people, if you want to actually know people, nobody's going to do it for you. In my mind, if I don't start that convo, it's not going to start itself. And the occasional person that, goes up to me, that's helpful. People going up to me and starting to get to know me, that's kind of what helped me learn to approach people myself. So, I'm thankful for that. But if I myself don't step up there, like, I got to get out of my own personal comfort zone to make small talk. And it's not even nothing serious, like, it's not like I'm going up to people, like, asking them for money or asking them out, and it's just like, yo, I saw you. Are those your shoes? Like the shattered backboards? I love those. Like, I still freeze up. If it's like public speaking, like me in front of a mic, you might fuck around and see me turn to stone. Like, this shit's hard enough behind the screen. I couldn't imagine going up to like a group of 20 people, but those small one-on-one interactions, they'll take you a long way. Like, I'm still shy. I'm still a naturally quiet, reserved person. But if I get one-on-one with somebody and I can get comfortable, I can easily turn into, the most talkative person in the room, And that's what this video is about. People like me who struggle socially with talking and getting to know people, like, don't worry about it, Like, yes, it's gonna be hard. Yes, every bone in your body all at once is screaming, telling you stop, telling you this isn't the move, there's still time to retreat, all that. But you have to be the one to tell yourself, you know what? I'm sick of being scared of human contact. Humans evolve speech and communication for a reason. I'd be damned if I don't use it, And this video isn't to tell you, like, oh, pretend to be somebody. People can easily tell when somebody's pretending. And, it's obvious, Don't go into conversations, pretending to be some big, friendly, talkative, wants to know everything about you. Because clearly that's not you, you know what I mean? But go into conversations like, hey, this person's probably just as nervous as I am. If you genuinely go up to somebody with good intentions, not being rude, just, hey, you seem like a cool person, can I learn more about you? Like, worst situation, they're like, ew, and they never talk to you again. And hey, you know what? That might be your 13th reason. I don't know. But you know what? Never be afraid to fail. Because failing means that you once soared. Don't fear it. Just soar further next time. Think of baby birds, right? Be happy you're not one of them, because they got two choices. They either soar or they die. Okay, you get the choice. If you don't fly the first time, hey, get a running start the next time. Don't see failure or mistakes as a bad thing, If you go up to somebody and completely shit the bed, hey, at least you went up to them. Like, at least you tried. At least you had the balls, and that's all that's important. Never see trying as a failure. That's the important thing here. Think about it like this, right? If you have to approach, like, 4 people, right? A small handful. To guarantee that your 5th encounter will be positive and you and that 5th person turn out to be like, soulmates with matched personalities, or maybe you don't match personalities. Some people prefer somebody who, doesn't fit them, perfectly, whatever you like. How long would it take you to approach those 4 people to get over to that 5th one? Don't take it as a challenge. See it as more of like a small hurdle. You know what I mean? And hurdles are meant to be jumped over, or ducked under, or walked around, or just moved. There's a lot of ways you can deal with a hurdle. If a hurdle is the only thing that stands between you and talking to somebody new, that's a pretty good spot to be. You know what I mean? And that's the basic idea. Just go up to people. Why be scared? It's not going to kill you. They don't bite. Probably. So if you're somebody like me who suffers from social anxiety, just go up to them, bro. Just do it. Don't even think about it. Just go up. Embarrass yourself if you have to. You know what I mean? Like, what's the worst that could happen? Really, what's the worst that can happen? Sometimes you just gotta fight that fear head on. You know what I mean? Life will be so much better. So much better. Trust. You can trust me, bro. I'm a stranger on the internet. You can trust me, I tell you what, if you're watching this video and you're scared of talking to people, that's fine. You can just, give me your social security. I'll talk to the people for you. I'll even be you, you know what I mean? Like, I might talk to your bank, but, there are people too, like there's somebody behind the phone. So, do it, go out there, talk to somebody, go get them, champ. Fight them, tiger. Go get them. Go. What are you still doing here? Go. Talk to somebody. Shoo. Go. Leave. Jeez.